Good morning. We've made it to Dutch Harbour. Yay! After the 3-day sail to get here, it's been about close to a month since we've been to a town or anywhere that resembles people, except for us boaties. It feels really surreal to be here. It's really exciting. This is quite a big fishing hub. There's lots of fishing boats in there. And then we're going to go to a dock here in the Dutch Harbour. We'll stay here for a couple of days. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. Woohoo! I feel like time's just gone by on a blip. We had a cool sail to get here. 3 days, we had beautiful conditions leaving the anchorage we were at with the bomber. And yeah, great wind. It's blowing 18 to 20 knots on our 120, 130, white sails, low seas. We were just hooking along at 7 to 8 knots. And then it just progressively died. And then we spent the last about, I think Steve said 12 hours, 10 or 12 hours motoring to get us in here. But we've made it. We're going to stop and get some fuel before we jump onto the dock. So need to call ahead and book an appointment with the fuel people. Good morning, seals. Good morning. Yeah, so they keep turning their eyes to the side to look at us. See, look. Hello. They're heavy breathers, aren't they? There they are!
You're cheeky when you do.
So cheeky.
Cheeky like us. But you will walk by time you freeze. Those cheeky seals. You never know where they can go.
Made it to the fuel dock. We've had some interesting fuel docks that we've been to before. This is another one for the books. Little pillars. Steve just waiting for him to come over. There's some cool looking starfish down here we saw before. It might be hard to see, but there is 2, 4, 5, 6 bald eagles just hanging out on that building over there. We're all fueled up and the fog looks like it's clearing, which is awesome. A bit more visibility. Steve was saying to me earlier that these over here are all crab pots because they do all of the deep sea crab fishing here. That's what the Aleutian Islands is really famous for. We just heard some like flapping around beside the boat, and there's an otter out here at the dock.
Yeah, they've already broken me, I think, up the top of the mast.
Oh yeah, one of them was once I saw.
The resident eagles.
Oh man, I always get a couple.
And they've broken the top, haven't they?
Yeah, they broke the Windex, so not the transducer, but just the Windex. One that shows the wind direction but doesn't have any power, or it's not attached to any instruments. So if they're going to break one, I'm glad they broke that one, but
Don't break any more.
still super annoying. So
Yeah.
something else to add to the things of broken things and stuff that goes on with cruising.
And
Which
things
seems-
to fix. fix.
and things to fix, which seems to be pretty hefty the last few miles. So the list is definitely growing in a devastating way. Generally, every time we're about to leave an anchorage or something like that, I just give the engine bay a quick look over just to make sure that there's no oil or anything like that at the bottom of the engine bay. And this time I've just noticed some oil, and I've just checked the engine and the sail drive, and I've found that the oil in the sail drive is very milky. So
That's bad news.
yeah, that's not very good. It means that the sail drive is the bit that goes into the water where the propellers are attached to, and that then comes up through our diaphragm and attaches to the motor. So yeah, that's letting seawater in somewhere in that leg. I'll show you, it's pretty milky. Now it should be oil colour, but this is, so that's what's known as emulsified oil. It's where water's mixed in with the seawater and it goes that milky colour. But so what I'm going to have to do is suck as much as I can out with my oil extraction pump, just the hand pump, and then put new oil back in. But I can probably only get maybe 50% of the oil volume as to what's in that whole leg out. So I'll just have to do that a few times to try and thicken it up as much as possible. But yeah, this is a immediate haul out issue that we're gonna have to prioritize getting to a haul out as soon as possible. I think it's from when we were coming over to here. We had to motor the last 14 hours. It was overnight, and we hit a couple of kelp patches, and there's one in particular when we hit, and the engine didn't stall, but it really went and then kept going. We had to then put it in neutral and actually reverse to get the kelp off of the propeller. So I think when that's happened, I think it's might have damaged the seal that's on the shaft, and that's what's let water in all of a sudden, because it was only a week ago when I checked it and the oil was pristine. It was beautiful colour, there was no leaks. So now, big difference. And yeah, that's...
And so we still are in very remote Aleutian Islands.
Yeah, so where we are, there is no haul out.
Facilities around, like where we are now, there are no haul out facilities.
Nothing.
And you're gonna have to do some serious research tomorrow.
Yeah. So this will change our plans for sure. It does suck a little bit, but
yeah,
that's just kind of what happens when you're sailing. Things seem to pop up when you're not planning them, and you've just got to deal with it and
keep going,
adapt, and
make a new plan.
Yeah, so I can still run the engine. It's just the oil isn't as thick as normal, so it's not going to give as much protection to the moving parts that are in that sail drive leg. But we really want to be motoring the smallest amount possible. So we're going to have to pick our winds really well, stop when the winds are getting too light, just wait, and then just work our way to where we're going to be hauling out like that, because the more we've got a motor, the more potential for wear on those parts, and then it's just more costs or whatever, more things to replace inside. At the moment, all I have to do is replace some seals, which are fairly cheap, $50 for the seals. That's where we're at. So I'm going to start this engine up, warm it all up, suck some out, and put some more oil back in, and see how it goes.
Just emptied out all of the oil into some leftover bottles we had. You'd never know it. It's 9 p.m. at night. The sun is still up so high.
This is the colour of it. It should be like that light goldeny oil colour, but it's not. Yeah, so there's 5 litres here, which is a good sign because there's only 3 litres in the whole sail drive, so we've definitely I've done it once, taken the top coat out, put some more in, and then I sucked the whole thing out from a suction tube access hole in the sail drive, so it 100% swapped all of the oil out, which is good. So now we'll just sort of see how long it takes to get discolour, and that'll give us a good indication as to how bad the seal leakage is and kind of how much we can motor or not. So yeah, the starting point to measure how bad it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll probably buy some more oil so I can do this again in a week's time if we need to. So I'll get enough to do this probably 3 more times, so like 9 litres, which is annoying because oil's not very cheap here. But what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is our dock over here. What do you got in there? Look at this! Insane!
Jam packed.
Well, I'll have the Starburst.
Okay. Yeah, this is for me.
Is it, what is it? An Airhead? Oh, I haven't had one of those in years.
Mum, it would be terrible if we didn't get candy.
Would it?
Yeah.
Yeah, lucky we didn't miss out, hey?
Yeah. But Mummy, I don't think we would have.
No, there was so much. Everybody was really generous, weren't they?
Yeah, we like scattered to grab all the candy.
We did.
Right.
We sure did. Eagle watch. We found out that these speckled coloured ones are actually a juvenile, like a young eagle, and their colours change as they get older. He's looking at me. Holy smokers. Oh! This is the walk on the way in to town. And where the dock is there's a fishery here and a cannery company, and all the eagles hang out to get all any scraps that they can. Crazy. Wow, he's on the machine. Behind me is all of the fishery factories, and they load up container ships and then like send them out of here, and then the fishing boats come in and kind of dock just beyond the bin and buildings just there. And this here we think is all staff accommodation and apartments, and then the other residential living of this area is actually over the bridge and over like these mountains over here.
Give me a home among the gum trees. Lots of gum trees. A sheep, a Jew, or a kangaroo. Loafing at the back, veranda at the front, and an old rocking chair.
This is the main street. This is the Museum of the Illusions, which we're going to go have a look at today. If you keep wandering along further down the road, the big green building is the grocery, like the bulk grocery, food, hardware store, clothing store. This building over here is the hotel. And then there's a gas station just beyond the green Three Bears building. You can see some crab pots over this side over here. And then on the far side of this car park is the Safeway, another grocery store. And that is it on the walk to town. This outfit and the garment was made of a sea mammal guts. It's extremely light, strong and waterproof material, and they're sewn with grass or threads which expand when wet, making the garment waterproof. So they would worn to protect against the wind and rain over a bird skin or furred parka, and these rather sparsely decorated everyday garments usually had drawstrings around the hood and the cuffs. Although strong gut skin tears easily and of course wears out with frequent use. So the men who used these almost daily needed about three new garments each year. It's fascinating. That's how big they are. Absolutely huge. Hand's like the size of its pincer. No wonder the pots are so big. Brown bear. Polar bear. What were you saying about the polar bears?
Oh, they used to be here on Dutch Harbour when it was much colder and the sea ice used to reach here. But now no sea ice, so no polar bears.
Wow. Who does? Who eats who?
All these bears families try to eat them. Polar bears.
Yeah, the white ones are polar bears.
The polar bears try to eat all those seals, but the seal dies that's in their teeth because they catch it. This is the mummy of the beast.
Oh, okay.
And this is pretend the polar bears also like to catch fish. But it was hard.
Say goodbye to the anchorage.
Bye-bye. Wish you good luck.
We are out of here. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a few of them. They're like the new dolphins, the sea lions.
So with the issues that we're having with the sail drive, it's really important that we try and sail as much as we can and we limit our motoring to just when it's necessary. So today, yeah, we've timed it so we got currents in our favour because there's some quite strong currents around these islands. So we left at a particular time so that we can use one current, and then as that starts dying, there's another current line that we then move into. About to get a bit of a gust. See the wind picking up a little bit on the water. Our wind instrument's not working 100% because the bald eagle broke the tail off the wind instrument, so it doesn't point into the wind. So it's showing the opposite wind angle, but the speed's correct. So There's always something with that wind instrument lately. I've got the tail to swap it over for transducer, but it was raining all day today, so I just couldn't put it in myself to go up the mast while it was raining and so cold. So yeah, we'll be sailing with it how it is and fix it next anchor spot when there's no wind and hopefully sunny skies. Yeah, with the sail drive concerns of water getting into the oil, even though I've done a full oil change and the oil in there at the moment is beautiful, we're not too sure if it's going to stay like that or if water's going to keep coming in. So until we can get hauled out, our goal is to only motor really when we have to and stop and anchor and wait for winds that's going to carry us to the next spot and just basically keep slowly hopping our way up to the coast. We've got 2 weeks to get there. It's only about 700 miles, so it's not a huge way. It's more about being strategic in waiting for weather and pulling into anchorages in time so we can not motor. But yeah, that's the plan at the moment. Anyway, we'll keep checking the oil as we go, each anchor spot, but yep, that's where we're up to. Oh, just coming to get out of the wind and the wind's stopped again. Keep getting gusts come and go as it wraps around different parts of the islands. But yeah, I spent all day yesterday calling around basically every marina that I could find in Southeast Alaska, and yeah, because we got to obviously be able to live on board the boat, we need to be able to do some of the work ourselves. And not every marina lets you do that. Like some marinas, you're not allowed to do any work or very little yourself. You have to like hire their trades, and others, they don't allow you to live on board whilst you're in the yard. So yeah, we finally found one that we could live on board, do work ourselves. Plus there, we can get postage and everything like that to it really easily. The tides work well because there's some quite big tide systems in different areas. So yeah, we got one that's in 2 weeks. When we can haul out. Oh, whales!
Whales! Girls, whales!
Oh, I just heard it.
Here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Zaya, come out. He's right here at the back.
It's okay, he's just gone down. Yep.
Yeah, just stay out here, sweetheart.
I'll just stay near the covering.
Okay.
Okay.
Since he is at the back, it would be...
He's gone under us.
Oh, there he is out there.
He did go under us. Because he must have gone under and then breached over there.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's actually the biggest animal.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's the blue whale, so I think it's a blue whale.
Okay.
Currents against the wind at the moment, so it's making the sea state quite steep, even though it's not very big, the sea. Yeah, we're sailing at least, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm not worried about packing the sails up every time the wind drops out, because 15-20 minutes later you're back in some wind, so it's better just to let them flap a little bit. They're not flapping too hard, so it's not hurting anything. And that's also why I've got still 2 reefs in the main and 1 reef in the jib, just to yeah, make it so when it's flapping back and forth like this, it's not putting too much pressure on anything. Clouds are all looking a bit, lots of different layers in them. Looks a little bit angry, but it is forecast to be clearing. So the rain stopped now for about the last hour and the cloud ceiling's lifted. We had a little bit of patch of blue. You can see a little bit of blue through there. Yeah, we're hoping that the forecast stays true and no more rain, and it should stable out the winds a little bit too, besides obviously the local gusts from the topography. But time to go back in before it gets too cold.
I've just radioed through to a cargo boat. Was gonna get very close to us. He's made some room for me, which is great, but he's still only going to be half or less than half a nautical mile away. It's better than the 0.1 nautical mile he was to begin with. Unfortunately, I can't turn any more to starboard to try and get out of his way because I'm so tight to the wind. It's making the head sail flap already. It's kind of up on our, getting close to our 30, even higher. So yeah, I haven't got a lot of room to move, and so that's why I radioed him. In 10 minutes he should be past us, which will be nice. Then I can, there's another one coming as well, so I'll see what he looks like as he starts getting closer to us and see if I need to call him up as well. We've had a pretty interesting night of wind and shifting wind. It was either like really gusty or kind of no wind. We've been able to sail a lot of it during my shift, or all of my shift actually, which has been really great. I think Steve only put the engine on a couple of times when the wind sort of died out for about 10 minutes and then was able to keep sailing again, which is good. But it looks like it's going to be another cloudy day today. Clouds look like they've really set in. Okay, let's concentrate, keeping a closer lookout for this guy. He's 230 meters long and 35 meters wide. Definitely want to stay out of his way. And behind him there I can see some snow-capped mountains. Wow, that's really beautiful. I don't think I'll ever get sick of seeing the mountains. They're so stunning. There he goes on his merry way. It's the thick kelp on the surface. It's insane. But it's not the seaweed we are used to. That's like thick rope. So we've been trying to avoid them when they come in, steering around them. That one, I had one on either side of me and in the middle, so I couldn't really avoid it. So I've just put the engine to neutral so the prop's not spinning, and then that will stop it from getting snagged on us. I think we avoided the worst of it though anyway. Seems like everything went either side.
So as we rounded the northern corner of Alaska, we turned into this section where it was kind of a conjoining of multiple islands as well as the peninsula of Alaska, and the sea floor actually also rose up, so it went from really, really deep around all these islands up to around 70 or 50 meters through, like, in this conjoining of all these islands. And then Chelsea was on watch and I was down sleeping, and the swell started picking up really, really fast. In the span of like 5 minutes, it went from, you know, only a foot of swell to it was 2.5 meters when I came out, when Chelsea woke me up. And what it turned out was that it was tidal waves. So the tide had changed, and just for some particular reason to do with the topography of the sea floor, and maybe the currents, the swell just picked up so fast, and it was actually breaking waves at 2.5 meters coming at us. So yeah, it got a little bit spicy for a few minutes, but we were able to kind of like angle out our course, and we were motoring because there was no winds and the conditions were super fair. So that's why we'll also put off as to where these waves were coming from. But yeah, we got to the other side of it, and after about 15 minutes it just went back to being dead flat. So cool experience. Wouldn't want to be doing it in any worse conditions, but yeah, there's just there's nothing on the charts, and you just deal with it as you come across it. It's 1:45 in the morning, and yeah, something that's really amazing here is that the sun is still disappearing on one side. On the other side we have a full moon. It's really cool. We've got the code flying. It's been running the whole day, besides 4 hours of motoring when the wind dropped down to 3 or 4 knots. But yeah, it's a nice night.
We're on our way in to the anchorage. It's absolutely stunning here. We've had a 2.5 day sail to get here, 24 hours worth of motoring, and we had a beautiful sailing day yesterday. Blue skies, nice wind. We just flew the code most of the day. The fog just makes it look like you're in a magical land, and there's no one else here. We're the only ones in this bay today. And yeah, it was a pretty slow going trip though. What did we average?
4 knots.
4 knots.
Yeah, very slow.
Very slow, but we didn't motor very much, so that's what happens.
Little gap we've got to go in between up ahead. Between those little rocky pier on the other side.
Okay. Steve said that it's 4 meters in the middle of the channel that we're going to go through. Always a bit nerve-wracking for me at the front. We all know how I feel about that. I like it much better when it's a bit deeper. How deep is it out here?
We're at 23, but it's going to come up pretty quick.
Okay, there's no visibility for me.
Yeah, it's too deep at the moment.
Yeah. If we were in Australia, this water reminds me of croc water. It's that greeny colour you can't really see. Still makes me nervous. I think I'm still scarred from the Solomon Islands. Perfect, there's no colour change for me. On this side I'm getting nothing but reflection of the trees. Steve said we're at 4 meters before. It's low tide at the moment, which you can tell. But yeah, this almost looked like trees before, but then you can see the coloration of the rocks just disappearing down, and then it goes to nothing. But I mean, this is 4 meters, you can't see anything. We've just dropped the hook in Cadham Cove on Nagai Island. We've creeped our way through the pass on the other side over there. And we'll stay here for the next couple of days. We're the only ones in the bay. There was some otters swimming around as I was just about to drop the anchor, and also on the other side as all coming on the pass. Yeah, new spot, new place to explore. The land looks really dense with bushes and trees. I don't know how much hiking we'll be able to do up in there, but we'll definitely be going to shore. Maybe we can find some driftwood and have a beach fire.